Uh-oh, got the hiking boots on again. Well, today I'm here at Shannon Falls, just south of Squamish. And this is a great falls to see, but it's not the reason I'm here. I'm here to hike the Stawamus Chief. Of course, everybody who's ever driven to Squamish knows about the Stawamus Chief. The massive, huge granite cliffs just south of Squamish. Now, you'd have to be a little crazy to try and go up to the Stawamus Chief that way. Although by that metric, there are an awful lot of crazy people in Metro Vancouver. No, I'm going to go around the back and up to the top that way, where there's a trail that I can actually deal with. To get to Shannon Falls, drive north on Highway 99 along the scenic Howe Sound. You'll pass the mining museum at Britannia Beach, where there's a traffic light. Keep driving north, and about 5 or 6 minutes later, 7 kilometers, you'll find another traffic light. Turn right there into the parking lot for Shannon Falls. I'm going to go up and have a quick look at Shannon Falls. Then I'm going to follow the trail past the parking lot to the Sea to Sky gondola. And this is another place you can park if you want to go up to the Stawamus Chief. The trail goes up the back side of the Chief, ascending 1,900 feet to the first of the 3 peaks. There are also trails that go to the 2nd and 3rd peaks, as well as a trail that goes past the top of Shannon Falls, all the way to the top station of the Sea to Sky gondola. Well, I'm leaving the parking lot around 9 o'clock, so see how long it takes. I've never done the Stawamus Chief before, and I'm pretty sure I can make it to the top, but we'll see. One of the things I love about Shannon Falls is they've got a great set of washrooms to use before and after your hike. We're going to start by making the very short walk to Shannon Falls. It'd be a shame to be so close to it and not take it in, especially this time of year during the spring runoff when the flow is at its highest. And here's the falls in its full glory. The actual trail to the Stawamus Chief follows this very nice broad gravel path here. So that's what you got to look out for to head up to the Chief. Well, the trail is well signed. And just as we come out on the Sea to Sky gondola parking lot, we see the sign to bear right for the Chief Peak Trail. And immediately after parking lot, the trail starts a nice steady climb. And another sign, and it's nice to see that it's well signed on the way back as well, so I won't get lost going back to the car. I left the parking lot around 9, and it's around 9:30 right now. So with my gawking at the Shannon Falls, taking me about a half an hour to get to this point. And you can really see that a lot of work has gone into this trail. Look at all this nice stonework they've done here. And the trail looks like it goes up, climbs up the side of this creek. Nice little viewpoint of the river here. And the trail's climbing up this alongside this creek with a series of lots of very nice wooden steps. And finally come to the end of the wooden stairs, and we have more stone stairs. And there's some pretty massive granite cliffs overhanging the trail. Well, I'm an hour in now, and this seems like a really good time for a break and a bit of water. Yeah. Here we are at the junction to the Sea to Summit trail. And a little map showing that we're probably about halfway in terms of distance. I don't know what about elevation gain though. I think we got a lot still to go. And just a few steps past the Sea to Sky trail is the junction for the various peaks of the Stawamus Chief. I am going for the first peak, so it looks like I'm going to go straight ahead. And I don't know if it's just because I'm getting acclimatized to these steps now, but Things seem to have moderated at least a little bit, so that's nice. Well, there's a section there just beyond the junction to the first, second / third peaks where the trail was a little less distinct, but if you generally just keep going up with the rock face on your left, then you can't really go wrong. And every so often you'll see a trail marker to reassure you that you're on the right path. Okay, well, remember I said the grade moderated a bit? Well, it didn't last long. And while the stairs are really nice to have, the stair pitch is kind of high. It feels like it's made for someone with longer legs than I've got. And someone just passed me, told me that I'm halfway there, which is the good news. The bad news is, he said that the half that I'm just coming into is the hard half. Oh good, can't wait. I gotta say, they put a lot of effort in this trail. These nicely placed rocks make it a lot easier than it would be otherwise. Here's a tree that's desperately searched for some ground to root in. So much rock around here. Here's a rock that's living life on the edge. Well, it's an hour and a half into the hike now, and this seems like a terrific spot to take a break and have a cliff bar to keep me going. Wow! Well, we're at the junction between the first and the second peaks. That's pretty good. There's not that much farther to go. And we actually did a switchback. So for the first time, we're climbing with the rock face on our right. Given that towering cliff way up there, there's still lots of elevation gain to go. And there's lots of little switchbacks here. Get us our elevation up beneath this big cliff face. This must be the ladder I read about. Coming right up alongside the cliff here. And we're starting to break out into more open trees here. And here's a sign I really hope everybody heeds. And we're coming to a spot here where the trail is more bare rock than stairs. Okay, here's a bit of a quandary. Looks like I can either go up this bit of a crevice here, or I can go around to the right here. But I don't know, I went around to the right there, and it looks like if you slide, you're going to slide right off the edge. So, no, I see someone coming down this way, so I'll give this way a try. Yeah, and this is the right way. The large crevice is the correct way, because here's the chain that people use to climb up. Okay, here we go. Okay, that was a bit challenging. This is the most difficult part so far. Not overly strenuous because it's not too long a section, but it's just tricky because you gotta be careful on the smooth rock. And a couple of steps after that, we've got another layer to go up. And some more chains. Going to be interesting going back down that. Ooh, look. We're getting quite a nice view. And no stairs here, but the rock's got enough pock marks in it that there's decent places to step, so not too bad. And the views just keep getting better. Well, the trail's not super obvious here, and the trail markers seem to be better for the people coming down than the people going up. But as long as you just keep going uphill, can't go too far wrong. No real vegetation up here except a bit of scrub that's having a bit of a hard time of it. We're coming up to the top. And someone's having a well-earned reward. And here are some pleased hikers taking in the view.
Yeah, it's so nice.
And that's a long way down. And over in that direction, we see the second and the third peaks. So this is the lowest of the peaks. And there's a pretty good chasm between the two peaks. And an incredible view. Not a terrific spot if you're afraid of heights, mind you. But a great place to see the beautiful British Columbia and Howe Sound. Well, it looks like it took me about 2 hours and 10 minutes to get up here from the Shannon Falls parking lot. If you skipped Shannon Falls and started from the Sea to Sky parking lot, you could probably lop a half an hour off of that. And I gotta say, on a nice day like this, oh, it is so much worth the hike. Spectacular view, and just a great place to be on a nice day like this. Well, I had a great view and a nice lunch, and I'm going to head back down now. A lot of people make the trek to the second and the third peaks, but you know what? I feel like I've had such a beautiful view from here that I'm happy. I'm very satisfied. And so I'm going to head back down. And I think this is actually a good time to be heading down because the wind's picking up. And I feel like I stay up here too much longer, I'm going to lose my hat. So time to get back into the trees. So I'm leaving the top around 11:30, so we'll see how long it takes to get back down again. I'm sure it'll be less time than it took to get up. You can't fall here, all you do is roll.
Yeah, I might roll. It might be a rolling situation. Oh, yeah.
We had a large group of hikers go through, so I'm just waiting for them to clear the ladders and chains. Okay, here we go back down again. Well, that was the worst part of the descent. All we got now left is a big long slog down all the stairs. Well, here we are at the last ladder. Piece of cake. I think this is what passes for West Coast trail graffiti, tagging the trail markers. Well, going down the stairs, of course, a lot easier, although I still wish there wasn't as much gap between each step. Well, we're back down to the junction of the first and second, third peaks of the Chief, and it's taken me almost an hour to get down here from the top, although I lost 5 or 10 minutes waiting for that other huge group to go down the chain and the ladders. I think you get a better view of some of these cliffs the trail goes along when you're on your way down. Well, my right knee's starting to protest a bit with these high steps, so I'll take it a little bit easy with it. And at 1 o'clock I'm back to the Sea to Sky gondola parking lot, so it's an hour and a half to get down to this point from the top, less the 5 or 10 minutes I waited for the big hiking group to go past. Alright, so nice to be on a nice flat forest walk. My knee feels a lot better walking on something flat and even for a change. 1:15 and I'm back at the van. Time to get out of these hiking boots. So that means about an hour 45 coming down. That brings the total travel time to a little under 4 hours, which is good. The book said 3.5, and I was close enough to be happy with that. The trail was good. It's steep, no doubt about that. The stairs are pretty steep and kind of rocky, so you don't really get to look around and enjoy the forest that much. And you're going to need lots of water. It took me a bottle and 3/4 of water, so bring water along with you. But I'll tell you, once you get to the top, that view is incredible. Spectacular. I don't know of any other hike anywhere near here that has that kind of sweeping panoramic vista. So if you live in Vancouver, this is a hike that I highly recommend. It's a little bit challenging in the sections with the chains and the ladders, but if you've got the confidence, it's really not that hard. So if you live in Vancouver, do this hike. And until next time, enjoy your hikes and don't break a leg.